SAC and HANA. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's continue now. I think everybody is here only. Let me see my screen. Yes, yesterday we have created the customer. We were trying to extend our customer company code data, right? This was our customer, and we were trying to create the this one uh, reconciliation account, correct? FS00. Let's try to create it again. Why this got change? It looks like someone has changed the setting or what. We have to give this one that con. Okay, let it be as it is. And we were trying to copy it. What was the reference customer we took? I think this one, correct? What is the reconciliation here? By customer, company code data. So this was the GL which we are trying to copy, or we are taking the reference. So this is all financial transaction. I also not use very frequently. Why it is? How can I open it? 1 second. No. I have to enter this thing, but how can I change it? Yeah, now it came, and we were taking reference from. So let's put it here. That was one. No, it was correct only. With template, we'll give this reference GL, and we'll give its company code. Okay, let's try to continue. No account group is not even chart of account group ABST. Chart of account, okay. Account group is not defined. What was the path for that? These all are financial terms, as I said. If you don't understand, that's completely fine. Don't worry for that. That was YCOA, right? That reference was YCOA, correct? Let's see, YCOA. So what okay. We have given this SECC, so we have to delete it actually. Let's save it. Let's go back. YCOA. Okay, these many entries we have. Actually, we have to copy all those account group entries. Then we copy it. Save it. Let's go back. Since you have done the changes, we have to go back again to FS00. We'll give the template. This one 1010. No corporate chart of account is defined. Now one other error. Corporate chart of account. I'll try to seek help from Google for this one. No corporate chart of account is defined for chart of account.
Deepak, there's no internet in this server.
Okay, I thought it will be there, so it will be helpful. Anyway, let's do it here then. No corporate. You see, these all are standard errors only. So even if you type slightly, it will give you that error. I mean, give you that solution or something information. You will get it. Okay, let's go to this one. let's see what is there in that reconciliation GL. That is same only, right? First page is same. If you go to control data, here also we have same. Okay, here we are missing. This is missing. Group chart of account. You see, this is the difference. We have to get this value somehow. Then everything will be same, and then we will be able to save it. Okay, let's try to find out. Information general ledger. Okay, let's follow this path maybe. General means master data.
Deepak, information system is below.
Oh, this one, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, my bad.
general ledger reports.
Then do you see that chart of account? It was saying something group chart of account, right? Let's try to find. We have something group. I think this should be. Let's see. So this is how you can find the SPRO config also. If you don't remember, this sometimes this also works. You can just press Control F, and then you can find that node. Okay. Let's see what is there. So what we will do, we'll try to see what is there for YCOA, because the same we are following, right? This we already copied, correct? This we already did. All the YZCO, we have ZCON. So this should not be the problem. Let's try to search it again. That was group chart of account, right? That message.
Yeah,
Okay. A corporate chart of account. Okay. No. It's again taking the same path actually. This is already did. So this is already done. Why then this error is coming?
Deepak, like I have a different solution to this. What we actually were taught during our training sessions in institute was basically you go to EC01 and you just generally copy all the this thing ledger data and all the other datas from existing company to your new company, whichever you have created.
Yes,
Usually, it also
actually, yeah,
copies
correct.
the
What we
general
did,
account.
we created by taking the reference of the what do you call a standard company code, right?
Yeah, yeah. But the
Instead of
thing
that,
was,
right? Instead of this, we should have taken the 1010 that thing. So
correct, correct. But we actually only copied one general ledger account, but there will be multiples which get impacted. No,
right, right, right.
so
So that's
yeah,
what no, this all config. It's not purely SD. These all things. This when you get this kind of anyway, you will not create this GL anytime, right?
correct, correct.
This will be done by the five people only. Since we are trying to use our this one, so we are getting this error.
Huh.
So
Usually, if you do it that way, I guess you won't get these errors. Is what I feel. If you want to try that out.
okay, that will also take some time to create all those all structure actually. But I think company code will be fine, right? If you create company code, okay, let me see a few more things. That corporate group, corporate term, we don't see it, right? Why it is saying corporate, all those stuff. Okay, let us go to that help. Maybe we'll get something else. Okay, let's go B13 where it takes. I don't know. B13. If I go YCOA. So here it is YCOA. Okay, if I go to ZSON. Okay, let's see. Somehow we just want to create the GL that's so that we can use it. Okay, that's the whole purpose of doing all these things. And if I take anything, it will not consider. I think it. Okay, let's try to delete this. Now then also we have to enter group account number. You see, we are solving one error and then we are giving it to another error. Word account group. Should not be a problem. Let's change it to this one. OB62, I think we already did it, but let's check it again. Let's try to make it JavaCoa only. Let's see if it helps. Okay, if I go to my customer, I don't think we will be giving to the customer we created 670035 70035. We have to be business partner now 92. Okay, I will suggest let's stop this here. Let me try after the class. If it gets fixed, that's great. Anyway, these all are financial things that even if you don't learn, that's absolutely fine. If it doesn't work, what I will do, I will try to create another structure by taking the reference of that 1010 thing, and then we'll see. What do you guys suggest? Because with all financial error, if we try to fix it, it is just consuming our time.
Okay.
Correct,
Okay,
no?
okay. Yeah.
So instead of wasting time, because as I said, these all things you will not never do. Every consultant never does actually, never does. So we can fix it, but as I said, it will take some time. You see, we are fixing one error, then we are getting into another error. We are fixing that, then another error. So it goes on increasing. Okay. So as of now, just stop it and we'll see it. I'll fix it maybe this weekend, and then we can continue this thing. So as of now, let's stick to that 1010 company code only. And then let's do, since we have already wasted half an hour for this thing, let's go back to our document type control that we have left here, right? Mhm. Yeah, this number system we covered study, right? Any confusion in this number ranges thing? How this number range comes into your sales order while you save the order?
No, Deepak.
Okay. Now see one thing. As I said, this number range is applicable to everything actually in SAP. Whether you create inquiry, quotation, contract, order, delivery, invoice, customer, material, everything. The numbers are always coming, right? Which number range? Now you see when I'm going to VN01, first it is taking some object. Okay, this we call it sales order object. RV underscore BV BELEG. This is something more technical, but you should know. Maybe mostly this will not be asked as a fresher in any interview for you people. But if you remember, that's great. I mean, that would be more than enough actually. If I go to VN01, system automatically understand I am trying to change the number ranges for SD document. You see SD document, it has not said that sales order because I said all inquiry quotation, contract, schedule agreement and sales order, return order, credit note, debit note always follow the same. I mean, all comes under the same object actually. Okay. There is a master T code for that one. I think that is SNRO or something. Let me just see. Yeah, see, this SNRO is the overall what do you call a T code to maintain number ranges for everything, for inquiry, quotation, delivery, invoice, everything. But you see, first it is asking the object name. So when you are trying to change, let's say you want to change it via SNRO, both will take you to the same screen only. But you see, first is asking object because as I said, SNRO is a global T code. So first it will ask you which number range you want to change. So let's say I want to change for sales order or all those sales document things. So what I will do, I will paste this object number and then I'll go to display. Yeah, you see, it also took me the same screen. So if you directly want to change for only for sales order and sales document, you can directly go to VN01. But VN01 is just inside the SNRO only. The SNRO is the global T code to change everything. Okay. If you go to SNRO, let me just see whether I can show you for the delivery or something because there will be so many objects. If you see here, if I press F4, you see more than 500 entries we have. If I remove this 500 limit, you see there are 3459 entries for which this number ranges comes into picture. Whether you create PGI document, whether accounting document, any document, system tries to get some number, right? Which number it has to take. I don't remember for invoice, but let's see if I get for invoice. I think some billing or something will be there. No, this is not our billing. This is some other billing which is not related to sales. So we don't want this. Let's try to see invoice. Yeah. So you see difference. This is the I think RVBELG something must be there. I don't think this is correct. So RV and you see the objects are different now. This is for sales document. Let's see whether this is for invoice. I don't know. Let me see. When we created the invoice, what was the number it took? It took some 90 now. And then this is not the object number actually. This is not the object name. Or you can do one thing. This is all small things actually. You can just Google it. As I said, no need to remember all these things. Billing object name for SNRO. Since we are doing for sales, let's put about sales. So RVBELEG, same we put, right? Let's go back. No, 1 second. If I go to WOFA, I go F2. This was the invoice we created, right? Then we have 03. F2. F2. It says 19. Sorry, my bad. This SNRO and this object is applicable for all the documents, not only the order. You see, if you go to interval for invoice, we have the number range 19, and that's what it took, right? If you select 19, we are getting some 9 series number like 9004898 something. If you go to 19, the same number range you can see 9004913. Okay, so this is applicable for all your sales, order also, invoice also. When I say order, means it covers everything, inquiry, quotation, everything. Okay, so if someone asks you what is the number range for sales, this object name for sales order or sales document, you need to tell RVBELEG. And in SNRO, you can change for anything. Let for material document, it also has number range. For picking also, it has some number range. For everything, you can change with the SNRO thing. Okay. Now let's go back to the next control. Now item number increment. Let's say when I try to create my order, let us try to create it. Z191010. If I give TG12, I give TG13. Quantity I give 1 and then I give some 2. So now you see the number 10, 20, right? If I add one more line item, it will be 30. So how the number range will be increasing in your sales document line item wise, that is also controlled via sales document only. You see, it became 30. Generally, we don't follow the practice of giving 10, 11, 12. We can make it 1 also. If you see in our, where it went. Let me go to our document, VOV8. We are talking for Z19, OR9. Since we have told it that it will be incremented by 10. Okay, generally we keep this buffer. Mostly you will see they don't use it. If I make it 1, no, what will happen? Let's say if I make it 1, then 10, 11, 12, 13, those kind of number ranges will start coming. So it's recommended to use some gap. What is the advantage of that gap? I think we can put, let me try. You see, the advantage of giving 10, 20, 30, I have an option to insert some material number in between. But if I give 10, 11, 12, 13, I cannot add in between, right? Sometimes what happens, they want to club, or just as I said, when you do the printout and all, system print systematically from the sequential number. So for that reason, we give this option. We make it 10. Most of the document you will see like this only. Whether delivery, invoice, it's always incremented by a variation of 10, 10, 20, 30 like this. Okay, this is also done. Sub item. Is it a sub item? Yeah, now sub item. Okay, so where the sub items comes into picture? Let's say you are using, as I said, let's say for the case of BOM, right? BOM means bill of material. So what is this bill of material in our sales process? Something, there will be a finished good, and then there will be few components. Like I think we took example of pen, right? So for pen, I need one cap, one refill, one chassis. Then that makes my pen. So what I will do, pen will be my finished goods and my cap, refill and the chassis will be my raw good or sub finished good. So when I create my BOM, I have to enter all this. How many, let's say for one, to create one pen, how much pieces of cap and refill and chassis I need, that I will maintain in BOM. BOM we create in CS01. So when you create a BOM, what happens? Let's say I'm putting a BOM number here, let's say pen. So system automatically displays its components also, like pen, refill and chassis. But you see, those will be sub item, right? Those are not main item because those components are part of your pen, main good pen. So there will be another, I mean, there will be again some sequencing for that components, right? So that, say, number, what do you call that increment or sub item increment, you control via this one. Clear? Also for free goods, as I said, I think last few classes we discussed, let's say you are buying 10 goods and it's agreed in the business that whenever you are buying 10, I will give you some 2 good free, right? Or let's say for 2 goods for every 20 pieces. So you will enter only 20, but system will automatically create that another line item for 2 pieces, whichever is free. So how that number or that line item number will come, that number is controlled by your sub item. Okay, so these two, if you remember, that this enough. What is the use of this sub item increment for free good and for BOM? This all you can ignore. That's not, let's remember everything. Now, yeah, reference mandatory. I think we already seen that one. When we make it reference mandatory, system asks you this one. I think we already covered, right? Since it is blank, no reference required. I can create my Z over 9 without giving any reference. But if I make it A or B, let's put it B. Let's do it once again. I maintained B. So what that B means, I need to have some quotation, correct? Some sort of quotation it will ask. Let's go to display. ZOR9. Now let me try to create again. Since we are, as I said, we are changing the configuration, we have to open the T code again so that changes are reflected. Now see, if I press enter, it is automatically asking me the quotation number. I cannot skip it now. If I click continue, it is asked. If I click this button, again it will ask. Why? Because I have made it mandatory that it will all, this ZOR9 will always be created with reference to some quotation. So do you see the quotation tab here? Okay. Okay, let's stop for this point here only. These are few interview questions actually in between. This document also contains that as well, so you can go through. The client duration will allow creating order directly, but for institution or a customer, creating sales orders should mandatorily. So what he is doing, you see, it's creating 2 document type, ZOR and OR, and it will have different configuration. In one they will maintain mandatory and one they will not maintain. So that's the other thing. Now check division. When you see in the first screen itself, let's remove this B first, or else it will keep on asking that quotation, it will keep on asking. But now you see, if I go to VH01, we are giving the division here, right, at the initial screen. If I continue, I put my customer number, then I put my material number. So as I said, this division is a higher level classification of your material division, right? Like how this your material is divided into subcategories. If you go to material, let me go to material. You see division, right? Product division. Anything you can create 10, 20, 30, Z1, Z2, whatever as per requirement you can create. And how many division you want to divide your products. You see, this one entry we have. So what does it mean? Division is also coming from your material, and division you are also entering at the initial screen of VA01. So what this check does actually, it will check whether these two divisions are deviating or not. If someone asks you, do we have some sort of division that system will check while I enter material, whether the material division also matches with the division I entered at the initial screen. So you need to tell, yeah, there is one control available in the document type, that is check division. You see, this field controls how system should respond. If the division of the header, when it says division in the header means that we enter at the initial screen, right? This we call it division at the header. Okay. So division at the header deviates from the division in the item. Division in the item means which is there in the metal master. If it deviates, what has to happen? Whether you want to give a warning or you want to give a error, or just you no message. You want, okay, nothing should happen. This is, user can continue. What is the difference between error and warning? Primarily difference. If someone asks what is the difference, not only for this check division thing, in general in SAP, what is the primary difference when I say it's a warning message and it's error message? Anyone? I told you, I think initially I already covered this.
Sir, can you tell
May,
me deviates, the simple meaning for deviates? Like,
No, come again. I couldn't understand. Come again.
this check division, में there is a word deviates. So,
No, no.
can you
Forget
just
about
say,
forget about check division. In general, I'm asking, what is the difference between warning and error? Forget about SAP also. In general, you think what is the meaning of warning and error?
warning means uh, like they will just warn us that you are not supposed to do this, but still we can save that. Error
Correct.
means we cannot even save that.
Exactly. So warning is something system is saying something is wrong. Whether you want to check, you check it. Whether you want to correct, you correct it. If you want to proceed further, you can continue. Okay, like here, if you must have seen, I don't know. Let me put it again. Some warning I think came here also. When I give this material quantity 50 or something, I was getting something, right? You see, this is warning. You see the sign? Warning means I can continue. If I press enter, it will not stop me. You see, that warning went. That was just to inform the user. Similar information message will also come. So information is just for information. It doesn't have any role. And if error, like in FS0, we are getting that error. We are not getting warning. So we cannot continue from there. We have to solve that error. Then only we can go ahead. Okay. So this is for that reason, check division. If the division deviates, whether you want to kind of warn that user or you want to stop, no, that deviation should not be there. Whatever you have taken at the header level, the same you have to take at the item level also, or the material also belongs to the same division. Then only I will allow you to continue for sales order. So then you can have it. If you see here, you see, no dialog means there will be no message come even if it deviates. Dialog means it's a warning. Some warning you will get. Error, it will throw us an error in the red and you cannot continue from there. Okay, let's go to the next item division. If you check this item division sales account cover the material master. If you check this line item division sales document, you copy from material master. And if we uncheck the division, okay. Now let me go to document. You see, division is at the header level also, right? Let me just maximize it. We have this division at the header level as well. And if I go to the item level, Here also that division must be there somewhere. See this division. So from where this division is coming, mostly as I said, it's item. So mostly it comes from item. But you have a control here. Some noise we are getting. Just mute Yojana for time being. How can I mute? So what this item division do actually, you see, if we check this line, item division in the sales document will be copied from material master. So what we have in our document, let's close this GL thing now. We have checked it box, means we have put the checkbox in the item division. So what does it mean? If we check, the item division in the sales document will be copied from material master. So whatever we have in the material master, that comes. If you uncheck it, what will happen? In some cases, let's say in our case anyway we are taking 0000 only, but let's say at the header I have taken 10 and material is 20 for timing, let's assume. And if you uncheck it, then what will happen? Even though your material belongs to division 20, at the item level in the sales order, if you go to item level, here 20 will come. I mean 10 will come. Why? Because at the header you have taken 10. Clear? This is the control of this item division thing. Now material entry type, the field control of the material whether to be entered based on material number, product category. Where is that control? This is not that important, you can ignore it, that's not that important. Now probability, this is something just when you say, let's say you have created mostly for order, this is not relevant. Mostly this mostly comes relevant for become relevant for this inquiry quotation, those stuff. Because let's say a customer inquire 10 customer came to you for inquiry, and out of that 10 customer, only 5 customer has placed the order, so the probability is 50%. Okay, or let's say out of 20 only 2 have placed the order and the rest 18 just inquired and then they went, so then your order probability is 20% something, right? So that purpose we use it. Now read info record, this is important actually. You see, this field controls whether to determine CMIR into sales document or not. If we check this, then only system will read CMIR and determine it in sales document. If we uncheck, system will not read the CMIR. Remember, in CMIR we maintain few fields like plant and this division priority, all those stuff we maintain, right? And system gives the first priority to CMIR only. But we have that control whether system should read that CMIR or not. For let's say for this document, I don't want my CMIR to play the role. I don't want that CMIR to come into picture. Then I can remove this checkbox. But since we have copied from a standard, so a standard recommendation is you check that CMIR first, then you go to the customer, and then you go to material, all those stuff, right? But if you uncheck it, then even if you maintain CMIR, system will not check the CMIR data. It will always go for the for let's say for plant determination, it will never go for CMIR data, whatever it is maintained in CMIR. It will go for customer, then it will go for material directly because this checkbox is not checked in. So this is the purpose of that this checkbox. Then yeah, this is one important thing. Check purchase order number. Where is my purchase order number here in this field? Anyone? Purchase order number. Which field we are talking here?
The customer reference.
Correct. Customer reference. As I said, customer reference is nothing but the PO of that customer. Because the for that customer, end customer, he is placing a purchase order. For you, it's a sales order. Why? Because that company or the other person is working as a customer, but for you are working as a vendor to that customer, right? Think from that perspective. So that customer has placed the PO, purchase order, to buy goods. You are acting as a vendor. Now what happens, let's say there is a purchase order number 980 something. So system, maybe let's say I am placing order for, I got information from somewhere, okay, this from SAP or from somewhere I got this information. Let's say Manoj, this is Manoj PO. Manoj is a company or a company who is placing order to our company. I and Vishal work in the same company. Manoj has placed the order with number 98087. So what I did, I created the order giving this PO number of Manoj. Now let's say there is a chances, right? Vishal will also come and Vishal will also place the same order, right? If let's say Vishal is not aware whether I have created the order, Vishal can directly go and directly place the order. So to give a kind of warning, we can use this control actually. You see, it will help to restrict the duplication of purchase order. So that whenever Vishal will create the sales order for Manoj again with the same PO number, system will give some warning that it is already existing. As I said, it's a warning. It will not restrict you. It will just give a warning. Vishal press enter. He can continue. But generally, Vishal will read that message, right? Okay, this purchase, the system says there is already sales order existing. Then Vishal will stop, right? And then Vishal will see where is that sales order. And then Vishal can check, and then Vishal will say, okay, it's already created by Deepak, so there is no need to create again. So for that purpose, we use this check purchase order number to restrict the duplication of sales order in our system for the same purchase order number. Now enter PO. If we check this while creating sales order, PO number is blank, system will copy sales order number as PO number. Here also, if you must have seen, if we don't enter it and if I go to incompletion, let me go to incompletion. You see, it gives me a kind of warning or information that customer reference is blank. You see? So if I keep it blank, let's see what is there in our configuration. Customer reference. Okay, check customer reference is blank. So this was the field which I was saying. Whether any sales order already exists for the same PO, it will check and it will give us a warning. If you don't want to check, you can just keep it blank. So this was that control. Then enter PO. You see, this is unchecked. So if it's unchecked means it will help to restrict. So this we already covered. Enter PO number. If you check this while creating, if it is blank, system will copy. So see, let's try this one. Since this is blank, enter PO number in our case, and let me put the other data, whatever it is asking. Anyway, I can save it, right? Because that's just incomplete. Let's try to save it. Let's go back. I am not entering anything in the PO number, right? Customer PO. I'm just saving it. It gives me, see, this is also kind of warning. I can just save it. It will save. If I go to my sales order, so this is blank. Now let's do one thing. Let's put this checkbox. Now let us create another sales order. So this we already created without that checkbox. Now let's create it again. See, these all checks are very small, okay, but in interview, these all things will be asked, okay. Sometimes this interviewer will ask you like this, okay, tell me a few controls in the VO8 or in the document type control, give me a few example. So you need to give few example like number, ranges and all those things. Randomly it's very difficult to remember, but few things you need to remember like reference mandatory, you can remember item, number, ranges, right, that block thing. If you block it, system will not allow you to create this check division, right, whether to read CMIR or not. So if at least if you tell 6-7, no, the interviewer will be impressed that okay, you know something. Now let's try to save. Let's see. Now see the difference. This is the sales order. So this is the sales order. Now you see the customer reference is already picked up from the same sales order. Whatever sales order number we created, it is already taken the same sales order in the customer reference. But when the checkbox was not checked in, system has not copied it. And also remember one thing, it copies the sales order if it is blank. Remember, if I put it something manually, let's say I put ABC while creating, then system will not overwrite. It will only work if this field is blank. Then only it will copy the sales order number from here and it will place it here. And but the criteria is this should be blank. Customer or the end user should not have entered. Then only. If I enter it, that is the first criteria. As I told you, in most of the cases, if user enters something, that is the given the first priority. System will never override those data. Okay, so this was the use of that enter PO number. Now we are already to this one. Let's stop here only because this credit limit thing is a big topic. I mean big thing. It will take some 10 minutes to explain. So let's stop here only. We'll continue from check credit limit tomorrow. Okay. And meanwhile, if I get time, I will. Today is Thursday or Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday. Okay. If I get time, I will try to fix that chart of account and reconciliation account error. If I fix it, that's fine. If I'm not able to fix it, we'll continue here only. And during weekend, I will fix that error, and then Monday we will use our own company code and all those things, right? So any confusion till now, whatever we covered?